The 14th Doctor's time is almost up, but what's in store for him in his final adventure? We know he's going to face the Toymaker, we know he'll be reunited with some old friends in the form of Kate Lethbridge-Stewart and Mel Bush, but we don't know much else. And what is the development that Russell thinks will be controversial, as he says in this week's Doctor Who magazine, and how will it unroll a whole new Doctor Who mythology? So I've got 5 predictions for you of things that might happen. Give yours in the comments below. Disclaimer, there are some leaks floating around, but I haven't seen them and they do not inform this list. Any similarities are purely coincidental, so if you do know the leaks, please don't put them in the comments. I read all the comments and I don't want to know. With that said, let's get on with speculation 1. Why and how the Toymaker is back. So, we're led to believe by events in Wild Blue Yonder that the Doctor invoking a superstition at the edge of the universe is dangerous. Perhaps, and I think this is what they were hinting at, because it can let things through from other universes. Some things like the Toymaker. But was the Toymaker already back? Has he been manipulating things since the 13th Doctor's regeneration? Is he the reason he had the face that he's had before? The thing is, both of these things can be true. This is a show with time travel, remember? The 14th Doctor can have caused him to be able to return, and then the Toymaker can go back in time and engineer the Doctor's regenerating, as he did, after the fact. Boom, Paradox City. As for why he's back, maybe I'll leave that to prediction 5. In the meantime, prediction 2, Donna will die. I went back and forth on this one. One minute I'm convinced she'll live and the next I'm sure she won't. In the live column, we had the fact that RTD really loves a death fake out. He did it with Rose.
This is a story of how I died.
He did it with Donna the first time. Moffat's also done it with Clara and Bill, and their deaths that weren't quite deaths. The modern show basically loves not killing companions, but making us think they're going to. So, by now we just kind of assume that's what's going to happen, and maybe it is. Also, is that how we want to end a celebration of 60 years of the show? It does seem a bit of a downer. I can't remember if it was RTD or Moffat that said this, but one of them said they don't kill companions because it's meant to be an optimistic show. I think that goes doubly so at an anniversary special. But that was then. This is a bold new era for the show, and RTD has said he's made decisions that will be controversial. Is this one of them? It's also been speculated that Yasmin Finley's Rose will be making at least some appearances in Ncuti's seasons, and it would be slightly weird if she came back and Donna didn't, but this Donna return that we're in the middle of right now, does feel like it should be the end of Donna's story. To have her return again would feel a little bit weird, but to have a grieving Rose, who maybe partly blames the Doctor for her mum's death, and a Doctor who has to deal with the emotions of seeing Rose again and facing up to that, could be really interesting. So I'm going with the death prediction because it's got interesting story potential going forward. 3. It'll establish the multiverse. Somehow, the Toymaker is going to reveal or utilise the multiverse as part of this story. Might just be one line. Might be a reveal that he's been using it somehow to manipulate events. In Tales of the TARDIS, we've already had an older 7th Doctor say that he's from an alternative timeline where he never regenerated, which, you know, to me, a big 8th Doctor fan, that's truly sad. But perhaps that was tentative priming for something the Toymaker is going to do here. I don't have any further speculation on how he'd utilise the multiverse, but I think it's a possibility that it's in there somewhere. If you've got any ideas, stick them in the comments below. 4. Toymaker is making people act crazy through their TVs. One other thing we do know about the episode is that the historical figure of, and I will pronounce this wrong because I got corrected on it before, but I can't remember what I said before or the corrected version, but hey, I'm terrible with name pronunciations. John Logie Bard, something like that. Anyway, he was the inventor who demonstrated the world's first live working television system, and he's in this episode. the character. Perhaps the Toymaker has used him somehow to influence everyone to act in the crazy ways that we see at the end of Wild Blue Yonder and in other trailers for the show. Did he perhaps influence the design of television from its very beginning to include some kind of maybe hypnotic suggestions that only activate on his arrival in the present day? So for, I don't know when he invented television, but for the 80, 90, 100 years of television existing, has it all been priming for the Toymaster's plan in the 21st century? That maybe leads the Donna and Dr. Ted back in time to reverse what he did. This could be a split timeline episode, with some of it being a historical and some of it being in a modern day setting. And finally, number 5. The Toymaker is actually one of the Doctor's original species. Oh, you thought that line in Wild Blue Yonder was going to be the only timeless child reference? Well, maybe that's what RTD wanted you to think. Even when he appeared in the 60s, the Toymaker's origin and species were shrouded in mystery. It was speculated by the 6th Doctor in expanded media that even the Time Lords could not determine the Toymaker's origin. It's also been suggested that he came from a universe before our own. So could this universe be the one the Timeless Child originated from? Could he be the same species as the Timeless Child? Or at least one that has interacted with their species? He has a different face from the last TV adventure that he had, so perhaps he can even regenerate too. Now look, however you feel about the Timeless Child, I think it's important to say this. If this one is true, it won't have been done out of some kind of duty to the previous era. It'll have only been done because RTD could see rich story potential in that being the case. And if this is the case, I trust him with that. So that's my predictions. Let's see if I got any right this time. And what are your own predictions for the final 60th special? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos covering the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who and beyond. Thanks for watching.